charm, like Hanoi's old streets. You keep pulling me in. I crave you like morning fur, can't let you go. Tell myself I'll slow down, but my heart says no. I got a problem, and I'll fix it. Riding through psych on your face in my mind. No way I can quit, though I know I should try. I'm lost in the thought of you, and I know this much is true. Baby, you're my coffee addiction. I'm so caught up in you, can't find my way, but I love it. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. Never get enough, sweetest rush. Dream of you by the Saigon River every single night. Your smile's like the lanterns glowing in Hawaiian's light. No, I should stay grounded, but you're pulling me high. My heart's on a motorbike, chasing you till I fly. I got a problem, and I'll fix it. Riding through the markets, your voice in my head. No way I can quit, though I know I should try. I'm lost in the thought of you, and I know this much is true. Baby, you're my buy me a midnight addiction. I'm so caught up in you, can't find my way, but I love it. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. I never get enough, sweetest rush. Ain't no doubt, doubt, so caught up, ain't no doubt, so caught up over you, over you, you. Because of you, and it's all because of you. Never get enough. You're my sweetest rush, and I know this much is true. You, baby, you, I'm on me calm sunset addiction. I'm so caught up in you, can't find my way, but I love it. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. Never get enough. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. Never get enough, my sweetest rush. And it's all because of you. And it's all because of you. And it's all because of you. Never get enough, you're my sweetest rush. All we do is chase the road, baby. All we do is chase the road, yeah.
Yeah, Vietnam's got my heart, girl. Let's ride till the sun comes up. Pack my bag, hit the streets, I know it's calling me. Motorbike through the chaos, your smile's my only key. From Saigon's neon lights to Hoi An's lantern glow. Every mile I'm with you, girl, that's all I need to know. Riding through the rice fields, wind in my face is true. Every turn, every town, I'm lost in thoughts of you. Phone stalls at midnight, we share a bowl, no plans. Yeah, your laugh's my compass, guiding me through this land. All we do is roam, yeah. All we do is chase the road, yeah. From the delta to the hills we go. All we do is live this nomad life. All we do.
What's going on, guys? Look at that view. You guys can see my keyboard. You can see my bottle of water, my headphones. You can see my piece. I should zoom in. How you guys doing, man? Welcome back to the party. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Let me give me a second here. Little squeakies. All kinds of professional over here. Hi guys. A little more. I gotta saw a mosquito fly by. All right, I think we're good. How does this camera look? Nice, nice. You know, look nicer. Right there. Right there. Maybe. And then we make this, no. No. How do I, this is a lot of work for no reason. Anyways, man, thank you for hanging out with me today. It's literally flooding outside, so I can't go anywhere. And great news. Let me bring the camera back up here because I want to do two things at once. Today's a good day. Sunday too, right? would, oh wait, we need to take all this shit off. What are all these stickers? Like 9 stickers or so. Anyways, we got the passport back. We finally got it. For some reason, they put the visa near the end of the book. It's a brand new visa passport. But we now have our business visa. Multi-entry, didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know that's how it came, but that's awesome. So we are probably going to, it's fucking rainy season. I'm thinking about renting a bike here in a couple days, and maybe we'll go on like a little adventure. Kind of do some travel vlogging and stuff like that. I should probably put something on the screen. It's just a black fucking screen. But community, yeah, we can deal with this. So yeah, so we finally got the passport back. Now we have no excuse not to do something, because before I couldn't go anywhere. Like I can't go to hotels because the visa I had, like, because the visa I had expired on the 21st of May. So yeah, like 2 weeks ago. So if I try to go to a hotel with a picture of a passport, they're gonna have to see the visa. That's part of the whole, registering people that stay at the hotel. They're gonna be like, bro, your passport's expired, or your visa's expired by like 2 weeks, man. What are you doing out here? So we are finally no longer free. Awesome. So let's get into it, man. I haven't actually done this before in a while, but let's read the comments. Some of them I see like a year ago. So David, thanks for cutting through the heaven on earth fantasy over YouTube. So yeah, so I'm trying to push out videos, maybe like once a week. Like it depends on what's going on, but they're going to be short. Very little editing, if anything. Like I'll overlay some decrees and shit like that. This video was like that. It was very basic to the point, but it was to the point, which is the important part. And it goes over teaching in Vietnam. And this is part one of many different versions I'll probably do, not just of teaching, but of like different decrees. Maybe I'll do something about the SIM card, the visa situation going on. Visa running is actually getting cracked on right now. And that's actually an interesting thing to say too. Visa runs are actually having issues right now. A lot of people, when I say a lot, like maybe a couple hundred people here and there, are starting to complain on Facebook and Reddit groups. Haven't seen on Zalo groups yet, but they're starting to complain that they're getting harassed at the border more. And it's not for like money, not bribery. It's more of like, why are you coming back after a day? You left Vietnam to go to Thailand or Malaysia, or you did your own visa run, and you're coming back so fast. What are you doing? And why have you been here for 18, 19, 20 months, right? So people are starting to get questioned. They're allowing, it sounds, from my understanding, a friend of mine that works in immigration in Saigon has said he doesn't know of anybody being rejected. I mean, obviously the border can reject people as they have the right to. The e-visa doesn't guarantee you passage into Vietnam. But his office doesn't get the reports until the end of the month, kind of a thing. So he'll get like a total like stat of number of rejections, what countries, why, stuff like that. Because immigration is actually not mixed into the EID set up yet. So it's a little separated. But yeah, definitely check out the video. It goes over a lot of ideas. And once I start getting, you guys, when I see your comments, it's kind of where I do the questions. I don't know what you guys want to hear. Right? Like I can tell you all the rules and updates, and that's fine. But a lot of you might not give a shit. But I know a lot of you guys are trying to come out to be able to teach. I'm getting a lot of people on Patreon. Well, I got a person in Patreon that's been trying to find a job out here. He's doing pretty damn good with it. He's got, this is a good time, so he's able to fish around from different schools until he finds what he likes. But stuff like that is starting to go on. So if I can answer the questions, I'm going to do the best I can. Calling out VNEID social credit system meant to. Now this. I don't know if that's how I said it in the video. The VNEID is not to dox people. It's a social credit system that the government's setting up. It's on stage 2 of, I believe, 5. The doxing is pretty much middle class right now. If the middle class person is like 7 months behind on their taxes, they're pretty much getting doxed publicly. This has always been a thing. This is the thing too. This isn't new. The VNEID just isolates it. It makes it easier to find the people that are behind on taxes. And when I say behind, we're talking 7 months, right? Typically, a business has to pay taxes every 3 months. And this means that they're too 2 quarters behind. So they can't fly domestically, internationally. It's harder to travel. Restrictions on VIN EID are starting to become a thing. So they're destroying the middle class. Warning expats about schools replacing teachers. This is a big one. I talk about how schools are now creatively replacing foreign teachers that have high salaries. Please look at this video. It's short, to the point. That is actually the cream of the video right there. My last company provided zero health insurance. That's probably good. Health insurance in Vietnam sucks. They usually make you go to a Vietnamese hospital. You are on levels of handsome I can't explain. Dude, fuck yeah. I don't know who you are, dude. I don't know who you are, but awesome. That looks familiar. Have a plan B, fuck yeah. Oh, here's this, this is Ken Dome's guy. This is a guy that sits on Ken Dome's videos and he doesn't know shit about law. I mean, I'm starting to question if Ken does at this point. But this guy will sit here and try to like cut and paste decrees from ChatGTP, and he doesn't even understand them. Like he did one decree, I think there's like 165 or something like that. Something, oh, it's about medical checks. So if you come into Vietnam, they're going to require a medical check, the decree says, but it's vague and it's up to discretion, meaning that the government's not going to do this every tourist. It's up to the discretion of the officer, the immigration officer. And this guy's like, oh, no, according to the decree. It's like, bro, you're an idiot. All right? Stop. Guy, if you know somebody that comes to Vietnam and marries somebody and then assumes they understand the government and everything about it, please send them to these videos. These guys are idiots. This guy's an idiot. He's an older guy that married somebody here, and he's an idiot. He watches Ken Dong, who doesn't even give out. I don't know what his legal stance is. I don't understand what his angle is, but it's not what the Vietnam government's angle is. So I don't know what to say about it. But he backs up confusing information. So it's always good to keep patrol. I don't delete comments. I don't give a shit. I got a guy on my other channel that's calling me a bunch of racial slurs. It's funny to me. I don't give a shit. It's probably one of Evan's guys. You know, we had one of Evan's guys, Jay, come after me. This guy's from Ken Dong's channel coming after me. It's cute, really. CJ! Get morning sunlight. Oh, yeah, check out this video, guys. I did this for fun like a year ago. And I was 3 months behind the reply. Wake up in the morning with the phone, surf Facebook. YouTube is like a habit that young people do, yeah. I noticed some companies preferring Filipinos or natives, like they just hire Filipinos, find a token Russian. Yeah. This has always been a thing. They hire foreigners, like they'll hire one foreigner to be the one that interviews the students in front of the parents, and then the teacher's actually a Vietnamese or a foreigner, or something like that. Foreigner isn't like a Filipino. Have you found a job in Cambodia? Nope. Having a passive income, 500 to 1,000 a month? Yeah. 100%. What should I invest in? Invest into my Da Nang survival guide. I'm joking. You know, for you guys on Patreon, at David Rock Online on Patreon, I'm going to start releasing my ebooks to tier 2, tier 3 for free. They're all my teaching stuff. I want you guys to get all the edges. I'm not going to sell you a bunch of this shit. I'm just going to give it to you. These are well planned out books that have been written over the last decade. Schools like, I'm not going to name the schools because they might come out for some reason. But I built a lot of these for these schools. Well, so I want to give it to you guys. You guys are on Patreon. You can probably see them soon. I got to get that survival. I can't find the survival guide. Really can't. I think I have to go to my own store and buy it. I think I have to buy my own survival guide so I can upload it for you guys. I think. Like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Bro, it's raining so bad. Hold on. I took a picture. It's raining so bad. The water's coming up to my house. Like you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it. Like it's coming up to the house. That's crazy, bro. When it rains, and it's not like there's bad gutters and shit like that out here. I mean, obviously the infrastructure is not the best in Cambodia, but it's just been pouring for the last 4 hours straight, like pouring. This is like November, New York, pouring. It's crazy, bro. Tony, what's up, man? I'm no longer talking to myself. I love it. How you doing, man? How you doing? Just reading some comments from a year ago. I can finally read comments on this channel because I got video. So I don't know if you saw the video, Tony. Yeah, check it out, man. But yeah, we got right here. Make sure you guys subscribe. I've 13. There we go. Look at we're doing all right, man. I'm just fucking around. I'm just having fun. So I figured we would just look at some Reddit stuff today. I'm starting to actually let me like over the years, and this is not a I told you so moment, but over the years I've been telling you guys about decrees happening, projections I think are going to happen based off just what's going on. I've worked within the ministries. I've worked in 2 major banks. I've worked in English centers as not only a business owner, a manager, but also a teacher. I understand so many things going on. And I've always explained a bunch of this stuff. And I usually get ridiculed. I get called, I don't think I can say any of these words. They're offensive. But I get called a lot of shit. And over the last 2 months, I'm starting to see a lot of people starting to fucking lose their shit in Vietnam. And the things we've talked about are things that are, this isn't like I told you so much. This is not what this is. I'm not here to gloat, not here to be cool. I don't care. You know, I just want everybody to be aware of what's going on. That's why I say if you're going to sell everything with Vietnam, cool, but have a plan. You know, somebody sent me Evan's video today. I guess he did a new video about America because he knows everything about America. Even though he gives out fake information, he lies about the tax system. He does not understand retirement in America. He's just an idiot. But hey, every video he makes is one less hour his wife has to work her full-time job, right? Damn, David. But yeah, I'm starting to see a lot of I was reading his comments in that video, and a lot of people are saying they're selling everything moving today. We're talking cars, houses. One guy released his mortgage to his ex-wife, where they had a nasty divorce per their words, and he's just going to move the Da Nang. These people are nuts, bro. I feel truly bad for people that listen to these people. Let me, where's that video at? Evan, Vietnam. The comments are really worth looking into because it's. Where's that video? This isn't the. This dude has like 100 fucking channels. You should change that to America. He keeps trying to act like us. Where is it? I thought there was like 2 channels, right? I think it's this one. Hold on. Yeah, we're just gonna, yeah, this one right here. See, now he's doing videos like living in Da Nang is not what I expected. Like, this guy is so backwards. And he will sit there and sell a dream, and then he will turn around and shit on the people or shit on himself, saying it's not the dream. You've got KT in here, loser. Why are you supporting this trash? See, this is what's crazy to me. I like KT, but man, these people are like stuck in this fucking bubble together. Like, KT's a cool dude, but when I see him on here, I don't think he's no different than the army guy that's retarded or Evan who just lies to people. Like, it's so weird to me, these people. I feel bad for them all in the long run. I know people are like, I don't feel bad for me, you loser. Loser back home. Is that what they call us? Because I didn't marry somebody half my fucking age. I'm a loser now. Woo! But yeah, a lot of these comments are wild. Where are they? I was reading a few of them. Yeah, like sold my house, almost everything else. I'll be in tonight. Yeah, like this guy's selling his entire fucking life. And then his response, let's fucking go. B2 has sold my cars, my R8, my Range Rover, my condo, my cat. Like, this is stupid. These people are so, I feel so bad for them. Because what is going to happen? You sold, like right now is not the time to be selling fucking real estate in America. Like, you should be holding it and buying it, if anything, honestly. But to sell it all and then go to a third world country where you got to do visa runs, and then 1 year you're going to have to go home, and go home to what? You sold everything. These are crazy comments. And I know a lot of people might read these, like they just think they're just like normal, like, oh, it's just some guy having a good time, David. Let him live his life. I get it. I do. Yeah, I don't know. This guy's weird, bro. It's gonna be interesting. It's like his son. What is that guy's name? Hassan, right? Hassan Piker, I think his name is. He went to Cuba and he did literally what he well, like, yeah, he does what Epic does. He just kind of lies about the country. He hides the truth. He doesn't explain how he's able to do what he was. Like, I think Piker had like friends in the government that were allowing him to do certain things. That the apartment they stayed at was the only spot allowed electricity. Everybody else, the other people, the other Cubans couldn't have it, right? Evan lives in Vietnam under a green card, pretty much, under a Vietnamese wife that has to work for them to maintain their income. And he just like tells people to fucking do it. And like, he's not transparent. It's so weird. I would compare it to like Piker when it comes to like advice. It's weird to me. And it does annoy me because I know some people are like, why you take so personal? Like, because it sucks to see the emails and messages I get sometimes when people are like, bro, I did this shit. I used to hate you, David. You sit there, oh, Vietnam's bad, right? And then now they're realizing, holy shit, bro, I don't like this confidence shit. I don't like all this like Ben EID shit. I don't like all this regulations. I don't like all these new taxes. I didn't realize you can't get a job. And these visa runs, yo, it was cool for a year. I got to fly to Tokyo. I got to fly to Bangkok. I got to fly to Manila, right? It was fun. But after a year of visa runs, I'm done, right? And then they're just like, what do I do, bro? Like, how do I stay long term? Can I open a company? No. Like, and I think Kevin's doing that, right? Like that Kevin guy. He's trying to open a company in Vietnam. It's not even going to work for him. These people don't plan this shit, and it sucks. I don't mean to laugh, but I feel bad for these people. Oh, don't feel bad for me, David, you fucking loser. I can hear the comments now. Like, even like at this point, yeah, like even with KT, like KT is a little different because again, he got married to a local girl. Yeah. I spent 30 days dating Vietnamese women. This is what, come on, man. You're married. You should never live in Hanoi. Hanoi is a shitty place. Black American. These people, there's if you have spent so weird to me. There we go. I just want answers. Oh, they did put it. Somebody told me they put the thing up here. There it is. That's why, because sometimes I don't see it down here. Somebody says they put it right next to the like button. Behavior. Focus on what does over time. Stability. Money should not be used to buy affection. This is a big one. I see so many foreign people. They like try to buy their wives. They're like, hey, I'll give you money. Stop working at the bar. Don't do that. Because you're setting an expectation. So when you get married, you stop paying her this money. She's going to be, what the fuck? Where's my money, dude? Do you think because you paid my rent, do you pay for my nails that I'm happy? Nah. And I'm not trying to sound mean. This is something I saw a lot in Saigon. These guys, these teachers I knew, the Aussie guys I knew, it's mostly Aussie dudes. Aussie guys are ruthless, bro. But yeah, they would pay like their wife like an allowance or their girlfriend. And once they got married, they stopped. They're like, why do I gotta pay you shit? You live with me. You don't pay rent. You don't buy food. I pay for your motorbike. Everything's free. And she's like, well, I gotta give my mom money. You know, stuff like that comes up. So, I mean, it's something you're gonna have to deal with. But if you start the relationship off by giving her like $400 or $500 a month, and then you get married and you cut that even to half, it's gonna create tension. This is a big thing that happens in Thailand too. There's countless videos on YouTube about guys in Thailand that start the road off like this, and the families expect it. Right? Be upfront about your goals, whether you're looking for someone casual. This is a yes or no. If you're dating a girl in the city, maybe. Kind of tell you a secret about what Vietnamese women think. What do I know? Let me tell you what I know. A lot of Vietnamese women that if you are out here on a tourist visa, majority of them will not take you serious. They're either going to try to get you for some cash or they're just going to F around with you, right? Like that's all it's going to be. This is a very common thing because the main thing that comes out, and I'm telling you this is just personal experience of knowing Vietnamese families that have had daughters, sisters, and whatnot, that date foreigners, be Russians, Germans, Europeans, Americans, whatever. One of the very first, Some of the first few questions the parents ask, one, what is his job? Two, how is he staying? They want to know your visa situation. Is he on a tourist visa? You can't be this guy. Oh, no, he's an English teacher. He has a work permit. Okay. There's some stability, and that means he's not going to leave after 3 months, right? Like, Vietnamese parents don't know about the visa run process. Like, that's not what I'm trying to explain here. It's the loyalty. If you're on a tourist visa, they're not going to take you serious most of the time. And these are conversations the daughter has to have with the parents. You don't date a Vietnamese woman and never interact with parents. It's such a rare thing, and especially if you start getting serious, talking about like moving in and shit like that. The parents are going to start getting involved. They're going to start asking, and it's not a negative thing. They just want to be like, yo, who is this boyfriend? We want to meet him. We want to see who he is, right? Is he a nice guy? Does he treat you well? Does he have money? Right? Like stuff like this. So, honesty is a tough one. Consistency, efforts must be. The fuck was that? Hold on. Oh, they're playing football outside. I just saw like 3 balls flying across, like meteorites or something. Crazy. Consistency, clear, direct, patient. This is the thing too. If you're dating a girl that is not a Saigonese girl, this is pretty much how it goes throughout Vietnam. Saigonese are the exception because they're like the cute people to an extent. Don't tell them I said that; they'll get angry. But anybody that is not Saigonese, you will probably be getting asked the marriage questions and the kids questions within a couple months. In America, we date for like what, 2, 3, 5 years. We get engaged, then we get married, right? All that shit, right? You get that like that train process. This isn't a thing in Vietnam typically. Like I believe it's somewhere in like the 40% range. It's somewhere in these numbers. Is 40% of marriages that have happened in like the last like 10 or 15 years. I got to relook this stat up. It's been ages, so take this with a very small grain of salt. But 40-some% of marriages over the last decade were arranged marriages, meaning that it was like, hey, John, this is Sally. This is your new, oh, hi, Sally, how you doing? This is your wife. You're getting married next month. You're going to join our families together. Her father works in the local government. Our father is the principal of the main school. This is good for the family, right? It almost sounds mafia-like, right? But this is a big part of how a lot of marriages are conducted. And this is why when women marry Vietnamese men, it doesn't typically work out well for the family side because there's no true benefit. A woman is not expected to get a job and take care of the family unless you marry them. And with that being said, she ends up having to take in that role of a woman and take care of the parents. It gets, and the wives get annoyed. I've met a lot. I've met like probably 4 or 5, 4. I'll say 4. 4 women. They're all your UK women too, British women, but they don't like it. And it wasn't the husband; it was the family was demanding they took over the Vietnamese wife's traditional stuff, meaning babysit the parents, shut the fuck up and have kids. Right? It's pretty much that simple. When a guy marries a Vietnamese woman, it's a lot easier. It's kind of a financial transaction to an extent. I know it doesn't might not feel like it. I know KT and stuff might be like, oh, she loves me, I love her. Cool, great. But at the end of the day, the family's going to get involved at some point. When they can't work no more, they feel tired, or they're like, I'm bored. Or what if he does? Well, this is the thing too. This actually came across my desk did you see how dumb that was? It's Pride Month, right? So I got to do some Pride stuff. But it came across my desk a couple of days ago. Somebody's asked me, he's like, hey, there's all these foreigners, teachers marrying Vietnamese women, right? And it's obviously there's going to be a financial status to it, right? They're going to give their wives a better life, right? Because they're not Vietnamese men, they're making pretty good salary. What happens when all the schools start reducing the salaries like they already are? Or they just can't get jobs. I was like, you're going to have Vietnamese wives take care of foreign husbands. Or because a lot of these foreigners can't afford to go home. I don't think Evan can afford to go to Canada. I don't think Will Travel can afford California, right? Like, they can't take their people back home, right? So it is going to be an interesting thing. Like, I've always said this, like, same idea. If you're going to get married in Vietnam, when you have children, when they're old enough to go to school, you should probably get the fuck out of Vietnam. Take them back to your home country. Give them an education that matters. We could sit here all day and insult America, European education. Yeah, it's got problems. I agree. But it's 1,000% better than communist Vietnam's education. Okay? And at least when they graduate, they have an opportunity. Hold on here. As we're talking about teaching jobs, I got sent a few more job postings yesterday. Let me look at the salary. So Hanoi, $1,000 to $1,400 a month. Quan Nhien's, there's like 20 people out there. It's been drowning today. It just stopped raining like 10 minutes ago. Quan Nhân City, 1,000 to 1,300 a month. Tan Pho Ho Chi Minh, Saigon. Well, damn, this is a big post. English teacher, District 12. That's an interesting spot. Math and science teacher, $1,000 to $1,500 a month. 18 to $23 an hour. This is a good job. If you could teach math, science, or Chinese in Vietnam, it's actually some of the highest paying jobs. So that's not even an English teaching job. That's a math job. And it does require a bachelor's degree in math or science. I wonder if that's EMG. Hanoi, $1,000 to $1,400 a month. Free accommodations. Oh, it's at the English Center. So you have to 50 kilometers from Old Quarter. Oh, wow. This is outside of Hanoi. So you're going to be in the booties living at the school. Yeah, so just kind of an idea, too. Like, there's not a lot going on. Oh, Tony, the whole allowance thing should only be if they replace wages if you want her to quit her job. No, I don't even agree with that, bro. Because, again, you're setting expectations. Think about in America, like, Tony, you're from America? Canada? Cantville. That sounds American. But imagine if you're in America and you're dating your girlfriend, and let's say she's a bartender, right? She's a sexy, beautiful bartender. You know guys are always flirting with her. And you're like, I don't like this. Are you going to give her salary to stay home? No, of course not. Hey, forget that it's a lot of money in America to do that. Like, let's forget about that. Forget about the amount of the money, but the idea that when you do that, no, because that's stupid. Honey, get a better fucking job. Everyone thinks you're a whore, okay? And I don't like this feeling of guys around you like this, looking at you like you're some kind of like toy, right? So you guys would probably have a serious conversation, adults do, and she would probably change her opportunity or you to up your game. So she didn't have to do that. You know, maybe she goes part-time. But in Vietnam, Philippines, and Thailand, this is a big thing. Like, oh, I met this girl, she's beautiful, she says I'm handsome. Oh yeah, where's she at? Oh, she works at the bar. Bro, have you not read the script of a bartender? But yeah, we don't do it, oh, Australia, okay. So we don't do it in the West. Why would you do it in Asia? Because they're poor people, like they're poverty, like it's a third world country. It doesn't make sense. And again, you're setting the standard. You're setting this like benchmark for them. And then when you get married, right, now she moves in, she doesn't pay rent, she doesn't have to buy food. You probably bought her a new bike because you want her to be safe, you know, whatever. You're just buying this shit so she doesn't have to worry. And then you stop giving her money. It's not going to work. It will not work. She will probably go get a job. And then you're going to be in the spot like, I need to give her money so she doesn't. Because the only skill if you met a girl that worked at a bar or she's a street vendor, like a Bon Negro or something like that, and she wants to get a job because you stopped giving her allowance, she's going to go back to whatever she knows how to do. And this might not seem that's a lot of fun yet, where the wife will move back with the mother and just start selling noodles and shit out of their house. Right? So I don't think the allowance thing is allowed. I think it's a very stupid. Vietnamese men don't do it. Nobody does this. The only thing Vietnamese men pay when it comes to that type of stuff is a dowry, and it's very rare in Vietnam now. It's almost unheard of at this point, right? Usually the parents just keep the wedding money. It's not a dowry, right? So it doesn't make sense. I know people want to do it. Westerners try to justify it. It doesn't make sense at all, and it just makes you look like a checkbook. It really does, and it almost never ends well. I've never seen somebody that pays for their wife to not be a prostitute or work at a bar, and then it just works out later on. Like, plus you got to buy her everything on top of that. The difference between wages in Asia will be less. Well, I'm saying ignore the wages, man. The principle. You just don't do it. It just doesn't make sense. You're setting an expectation that will not go well for anybody. Avoid life stage mismatch. Huh? Yeah, this is a big issue I see is with the age gap. I meet a lot of, I know a lot of guys, quite a few guys that marry, that are in their 40s and 50s, that marry girls that are in their 20s. It doesn't work out well when the girl turns 30. Because now the guy's in his 50s or 60s. The girl is in her prime, right? Maybe she works at her job. Maybe she's ready to have kids. Maybe she needs to start taking care of her family. Something's going on. But this is where I see a lot of issues with a lot of them, especially when there's like a 25, 30-year gap. They almost never work out. There's always like drama behind the doors, right? And it's not like they're fighting each other, like fist fighting, nothing like that. It's just it doesn't work out because of that issue. Because the woman is now, imagine us guys in our 20s and 30s, and we're dating a 55-year-old woman, right? She's done. She's past menopause, right? Like she's done. She just wants to sit around and do nothing, right? And I don't blame her. If I was 55, 60, I'd probably want to do nothing too. But to date a girl that could be half the age of your potential daughter if you had kids when you're in 20s, right? It is crazy. And it never really ends well. This is where you're going to have to start paying her to stay. But yeah, it's just, it doesn't, man. You're dating a woman in her 20s and 30s, and the guy's in his 50s or 60s. It's something, I'm sorry. Anybody signing that contract is ridiculous. So or at least be prepared for it, because it's going to happen. Guaranteed. It always does. It happens in the West. If there's a big age gap, there's a generational gap. When Western men date younger Western women, there's an age gap issue. It always has issues. So I don't know. The whole age thing, I think it's dangerous. Enjoy the ride. Because once you get older, man, Viagra's. Assuming all Vietnamese women are the same. I mean, they are kind of cookie cutter. Relying on being a foreigner that passes bad behavior. I mean, what is bad behavior? Like, one thing that used to annoy me was I would be going out with my friend, like in Delat being an example, see my friends' family and stuff, and their parents are just, dude, it's like just hanging out at the zoo, the way they act sometimes. Like, what behavior do we do as foreigners that's bad?
Mistake number one, thinking all.
Hold on. Mm. Yeah, I don't know, man. What the fuck is this? uh, this is a big one. The culture, when you marry a Vietnamese woman, dude, you're marrying your family. Anybody saying otherwise is going to be surprised one day. Conclusion says the dating is followed by a script, but yeah, I don't know, bro. I think a lot of people that marry and date in Vietnam, they don't even know what the fuck they're walking into. Like it's kind of like the honeymoon phase when it first starts, and then things just get kind of weird. Vietnam's is a challenge, and I grew up in the culture. Like from the age 6 or 7 on to this day, I grew up in a Vietnamese Chinese culture. I understand it very well. This is why I never got married to Vietnam. I don't want to deal with this. It's nothing against the women. It's nothing against Vietnam. I just don't want to be part of that fucking circus. You know, that marriage circus. It's just not, to me, it's not worth it. And I just think when I get older, I don't know, maybe I want to travel. Maybe I want to go buy a house in Montana and just fucking hide on the farm, right? I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll be a gangster. Move to Tulsa. But whatever the case might be, a lot of this will not be allowed because the parents will be involved. The wife will make sure the parents follow, right? So it's maybe I'm an ignorant buffoon, whatever the term is, but hey, I know what happens. I see other people go through it all the time. And I grew up in it, right? Unless you're married a Vietnamese that's like Vietnamese American or Australian or Canadian, that's like a third or fourth generation, you're going to deal with a lot of shit. It's that simple, man. What is all this? Vietjet Air, worst airline ever. This is still a subject? You are wrong. I guess you didn't read the terms and conditions. Oh, this is that bag one. We already read this. Pretty much they brought their bags to the airport. They said they were okay. When they got to the actual terminal, they're like, you can't have these bags, and they charged them like $30. Vietnam's a shit show. Police rating. Why did it get deleted? This is I think we were talking about this before. Decree 282, I think it is. 331. Whoever is in charge of this form. Whoever runs our Vietnam, if they allow anything to be typed in here, posted that goes against the government, calls out the government, shames the government, dishonors the government, or makes the government not see the control, they can get smashed. It's something like 250 million VND. It's a real thing now. And Vietnamese people are really dealing with it. So prepare to start, because see, they didn't even delete the guy's name. Remember, usually when they do this type of shit, they delete the user as well. They just deleted the post, which is very interesting. That's why I can't refresh these. Because a lot of the shit's just going to get deleted, I'm sure. So, anyways, like, I'll kind of explain to you because I already saw it. Something that happened in Saigon. Police are starting to raid. I talked about this like 2 months ago. It was happening today, like a long time ago. But they were starting to raid, not like, SWAT team, like, I'm going on the ground. Not like that. They just go up the door, like, hey, how's it going? Can we see your books? Can we see your registration for your guest or the hotel, whatever it is, right? They were starting to go to massage parlors and hostels in Da Nang, making sure nobody was given any, little happy endings, and everybody there was on a correct visa, is all it was. Now in Saigon, they're starting to raid. Are you guys ready for this? Because I'm a fucking idiot. Remember, I'm an idiot. They're raiding for marijuana and vaping. Vaping. Remember the guys that told you a month ago, oh, as long as you get through the airport, you can vape anywhere. The police are literally raiding people now for vapes. So if you are in a club, say you're breathing and you're vaping, there is a fine, I believe it's like 150 million BND, potential deportation as well. So if you are a vapor, you're kind of weird, just smoke a fucking cigarette, they both kill you the same. And if you're doing any marijuana's always been illegal. It's just, you've always been able to buy it from a street vendor. They'll have like some weed in like a cigarette pack and they'll sell it to you, kind of a thing. It is illegal. Don't do it. It seems like the police are starting to hit it pretty hard. Hanoi was doing this last year. Now they're hitting, then they hit Da Nang end of last year, and now they're hitting Saigon now. So be prepared for that. As long as you're not doing shit wrong. If you're sitting around getting drunk on Bui Vin, expect some problems. You're in a degenerate area. Like, what do we expect here? I'm not trying to sound like rude. Like, dude, I used to live on Bui Vin, I swear. Not like really live, but like my first couple of years, that's where we were every weekend. Shit, sometimes every day. So I get it. But don't be a fool. Don't let Vietnamese scam you. Vietnamese dudes will sell you weed. And then they'll tell their friend that you have weed. Their friend is a police officer. The police officer give the guy $5 million for snitching on you or some shit, right? So be careful. Vietnamese do this shit to each other all the time. So why won't they fucking do it to you? A foreigner, where they can get triple the money, right? So be careful. The facility that provided them $10,000 will almost guarantee this will happen to other foreigners again soon. Yeah. This was about they deleted it. It was an article too. I should have saved it. But yeah, the police ended up extorting the foreigner for like $10,000 some dollars. And the foreigner paid it for some. What foreigners give communist police $10,000? Being held for 9 days for only testing positive is insane. Yeah, this is for a week. And this is the thing too. If you come, let's say today is June 7th. Let's say you got to Vietnam. Let's say you smoked weed like 2 weeks ago, right? And then you got to Vietnam today, and they raided the bar you're at, right? They pull your hair, they test you for marijuana, and you pop positive. They will convict you. You could be like, yo, I was smoking that shit in Belgium, dog. I was in Cali. I was in New York doing that. Don't give a fuck. Look, here's my passport, bro. Don't give a fuck. You're positive. Positive is positive. Don't care if it makes sense, right? So you need to be careful. Be fucking careful. Like Vietnam is people aren't understanding. Vietnam is a communist state. It is a one party, one person communist state. There is no leeway on it. When I say, I know some people are going to back like, no, David, communist is a two-person state. General Secretary and President, David. I thought you were smart, David. You call lawyers stupid, David, but you don't know this? Oh, yeah, I do. To Lam is the state general. He's also the president. One person, one party, one state. One state. Right? So do keep that in mind. This is a very serious thing. Do not have drugs. The only thing you should be doing in Vietnam is alcohol and cigarettes and masturbating in the shower. That's all you should be doing. Okay? Enjoy the bridge. Go to Bondi Bridge. You know, look at army travel videos. This guy likes to walk around with a bunch of 19-year-olds. Don't touch him. Don't look at him. It's like a zoo, right? You don't pet the lion. Just got to be careful, man. Vietnam's cracking down. All this shit that's been going on for 20 years, you know, like the happy endings, the drugs, the business visas, all this stuff has always been illegal. Driving without a permit, illegal. No helmet, illegal. Drugs, illegal. Smoking in an establishment, illegal. Drinking and walking through streets is technically illegal. It's allowed in certain areas like Louis Vuitton and Old Quarter, right? So keep that in mind. I keep hearing beeping. Is my camera on? Yeah, it's on. So yeah, little news flash for you. What was the name of the venue? Thanks for sharing. I've heard stories of foreigners getting caught in these situations, but never knew the outcome. Yeah. If you get caught with drugs in Vietnam, or if you are high, there was I think it was a French student or European guy. He got caught with cocaine. This had to have been like, it's like 9 years, 8 or 9 years ago. I was still in Saigon. But yeah, he ended up getting, fuck, I forgot what it was. Because it was actually, the government made it public news. Don't fuck with us. Don't bring this shit here. Because Vietnam has a massive problem with like that stuff. District 4 is known as one of the worst spots in most of in pretty much all of Vietnam for this. It's recovered over the last decade, but in places like Hue is where you have the imperial city. This is where you'll get a lot of coke too. They're trying to stop it, but they can't. This stuff's getting brought in from China, fentanyl and all this and that. So, you know, it's not just America getting blessed with Chinese goods. It's also Vietnam, and they're having a hard time cracking down on it as well. So don't be caught with this stuff. I think it's only Saigon. It's not. It is nationwide. Again, this happened the end of December. It happened in Da Nang, and a year and a half ago, it was happening in Hanoi like every couple months, I would say. They were like going through some schools, verifying work permits with teachers, or they're going to bars, making sure everybody was following the rules, right? It's happening everywhere. This is what makes Reddit dangerous, is people are idiots, and they just say what they say what their Vietnamese wife told them. That used to be a barber before he married. He gave her an allowance. Whether or not it's too early to tell, this guy's an idiot. Do you guys know this guy? He's an idiot. So most obvious outcome is the death of Saigon's nightlife. This is the thing. Saigon's nightlife was endless, boundless, lawless. That's the issue. Saigon was trying to act like Vegas in the 60s. You know what I mean? Maybe because they have the idea that nightlife equals drugs. Yeah. Drugs, sex, prostitution, cocaine. All of this is real in Vietnam, guys. But whether if it's a hardline stance, actually, it's going to. It's already happening. This guy, I hate people. This is like Kent's chat room right here. People that think they know the law. Hey, another stupid America bad comment. Awesome. These people read these English fucking media posts. Yeah, see, this is intended for white people to read. This isn't intended for Vietnamese. This is also a propaganda government website. And this is the thing too. Like I don't think a lot of people comprehend. Vietnam has sold itself as a sex country. Tourism in Vietnam is literally this, right? Like it was like what 15 years ago. If you Googled like how to get a Vietnamese wife, it would send you off to these like borderline trafficking websites on where to buy a wife. Still kind of a thing right now. They sell like women are sold to Chinese men. It's still a thing. Yeah, and a lot of the tourism, 85% of it are Chinese and Koreans. They don't want to sit around with lazy boys and loud music and drugs, right? This is like the random foreigners, the Western people. It's the same guy again. The reason the 90-day visa was delayed was mostly just because of the COVID thing. They didn't know what to fucking do. Also, they were back and forth with presidents in South Vietnam and North Vietnam trying to figure out immigration. There's quite a few reasons why this was going on. Obviously, he would know this because he thinks he knows something. That's why if somebody tells you, I'll give you guys my personal advice as somebody I used to work within. When you meet these types of people that tell you legal things, there's two things you have to look for. One, you need sources. They need to be quoting. They cannot give you these my experience stories in 2023 post the 90-day visa. The reason they didn't do it is because they were reforming their immigration. You guys noticed when they started, it was not a 90-day visa. It was a 30-day e-visa, and they didn't offer the exemptions to pretty much anybody except, I believe, the UK and the Asian surrounding countries. And they slowly added more visa exempt people to the list. And then they finally added the 90-day visa. And then ever since it's been the same. They're trying to reform everything. This has nothing to do with Thailand or Cambodia or anything like that. They're just trying to figure out their visa process because it's been so fucked for 30 years, right? Remember, you used to be able to buy a fake business visa from an agent. And you could stay in Vietnam for 10 years straight. And it would cost you $1,200, right? So they're trying to figure out the best way to do tourism, but also make money. Also not have their system abused by people like Evan that just married random girls, or people like Will Travel that just like visa run their entire life, right? And I'm not trying to be mean to nobody, but I'm tired of being nice to people that don't show any fucking respect when they're wrong, or at least be accountable. So I don't care. Can't wait to go back to Vietnam. You know, my visa, the multi entry. Maybe we actually go back to Vietnam here in a couple of weeks. Why not? That's awesome, though, bro. The visa's so small. It's like a little sticker like that big. I love you. I thank you, Cambodia. But yeah, if you're gonna get people that talk like this, they need to be bringing facts for one. And two, if they do bring facts, because remember I was telling you about the guy on Ken Dong's video, that guy that like tries to hold on, let me bring his comment back up. This guy that tries to act cool to me, he tries to insult me. You're retarded. Shut up. Just shut up. See, you guys want me as your lawyer. So I'm gonna slap you, okay? Like this guy. This guy is on Ken Dong's videos all the time, cut and pasting decrees. What does he do? He Google translates them to English and posts them without content and just says, oh, it says this. According to him, everybody that goes into Saigon has to have a vaccine card now, according to him, because he Google translated the decree, I think 165 or 169, and he doesn't know how to read Vietnamese. He doesn't understand the content. It's a vague what if something happens. The immigration officers are allowed to invoke Decree 165 and do this. It does not say that would destroy tourism. Imagine that. To go to Vietnam, you need all these vaccines. People are going to be thinking like, is Vietnam okay? Are they sick? Why are they requiring all this shit? People are going to get concerned and not want to go to Vietnam thinking Vietnam's sick, right? On top of that, it's a fucking hassle. Hey, honey, we're all, think of some Korean family. Hey, we're all going to go to Vietnam this weekend for our daughter's graduation celebration, right? Okay. Oh, I just found out we have to go to the doctor and get like 9 different tests. Yeah, we're not going to Vietnam. We're going to Japan, right? That's all that's going to happen. So you need to be careful with these types of people when they're talking. I'm not trying to say I'm better, no. But I have yet to find somebody that just says something that's accurate. And I can say, even with Ken, I can't even, stuff he says doesn't even make sense. I think he did like 3 videos on Decree 59. Foreigners are getting deported because of Decree 59 because they're acting stupid. That's not what the decree says. It says if your visa is expired, this is the decree that the immigration follows. If you go to a bar and punch the bartender that's Vietnamese and you break his face, they are not going to invoke Decree 59 and deport you. They are going to criminalize you in their court system. You might possibly go to jail, pay a fine, then they're going to deport you as a criminal. It most likely blacklists you. Decree 59 never shows up. You understand? This is why I say people like Ken, I don't understand. How do you have a bar exam degree, law degree, whatever the fuck you have? And I understand it better than everybody. Like, it's weird to me. So do be careful with this stuff. I'm not trying to rant, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I don't want you guys to like, because there's so much misinformation out there. And this is another one of those guys. They just say random things. And they don't, I mean, just because somebody writes 100 fucking lines in pretty paragraphs doesn't mean shit. And the idea that he says people are asking about 90-day visas, there's no content to this. Because of that very same window, the government was trying to figure out how to do everything. They literally deleted their entire immigration process and started over because they could. Nobody can come to Vietnam because of COVID. Nobody. There was no sandbox program, nothing. You couldn't come. That was it. The land borders were locked, right? So they had the ability to finally sit down and be like, what do we want to do? How do we want to do the exemptions? Who's exempt? You know, Chinese need to get a visa to come to Vietnam now. They need an e-visa, right? These are decisions they were allowed to make now because they can reset everything because the pandemic allowed them to get everybody out that shouldn't be in Vietnam. Will, Travis, all these people, and just start over. So that's what they did. So do keep that in mind. This guy's comment is just... it's hearsay. This is some shit that you see on The View. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, I heard this. Go back to making movies. Nope, that's not sure either. Again, Vietnam's party is ran by one person. The state and the president is ran by To Long. He runs both positions. Do people not understand what that means? Presidente of Vietnam. Let me see if this, where's Wikipedia? Wikipedia might be better for this. So let me give you guys a little background on this guy. This guy used to work as a leading person in the Ministry of Security and I forgot the name. Pretty much he worked with like security, like national security. He was a very high ranked person, right? From that point, he got granted state general. Hold on, general secretary. Uh, oh, there it is. So he is president. He's also in charge of the Communist Party. This isn't really telling me what we need to see. Let's go to the Vietnam. And again, this is, of course, again, this is very important as well. Because this is where people are understanding who the fuck he is. And it's not a bad thing who he is. I'm not saying he's bad. It's just people need to understand that at this point in Vietnam can now A to B any rule regulation they want with little to no delay. The state general secretary, which is in charge of the state, the Communist Party, can make rules, do what he wants, right? But the president is allowed to supersede him and say, no, this doesn't look at the best interests of Vietnam, and he can push back. He can't lead it, but he can push back, right? The president can do the same thing. The state general secretary can be like, hey, president, this doesn't work, right? He is now the same person. What positions does To Long hold in Vietnam government? So it's just important things to understand. And this is why things are moving so fast now. They can change and update laws like literally days at this point. It doesn't take 6 months. Yeah, so To Long currently holds two of the highest positions in Vietnam at the same time. This is considered being flagged through this thread. I've been flagged. Anyways, so he owns General Secretary of the Commanding Party of Vietnam, the most powerful position in the country. Took over August of 2024 after the death of Nguyen Phan Thuy. Controls the party's law, sets ideology and a policy direction, oversees everything. Now the state president held in no. So far, blah blah. He holds what? So he's not president? Then hold on, I'm confused. I thought Claude was up to date. It says that he only holds general state, so he's not the president of Vietnam no more. To Lam is not the president. That's the old president. He's in jail. What? Under investigation for crimes. To Lam is now state and president. I think you are way behind. I'm actually confused right now. How does AI not know this? You were right. I'm always fucking right. So Tali reelected general secretary, right? So the general secretary just means that he's in charge of the state, the Communist Party itself, right? The VCP. April 7, 2026, the National Assembly elected the To Lam to president. He now holds both roles again. So the idea of this, the point, that was weird. AI did not know that. This is why you gotta be careful with AI, bro. But the point being, he's allowed to make these rules if he sees fit. If he hears through his grapevine in his office, like, hey, we have some problems like weed and THC and stuff like that with tourists, and it's starting to get people sick or, whatever, it's creating crime. He could shut it down immediately. He could make a rule that becomes effective yesterday, right? So keep that in mind. Almost kidnapped by what? 2 years ago, I booked a Grab taxi through the app to take me from the airport to Old Quarter past midnight. Why would you do that? My driver didn't speak a bit of English for 10 minutes into the ride. He called somebody briefly after the conversation, suddenly turned up the volume on the radio, then asked me where I was going using translation app. Why was he trying to? I don't know, man. Well, with poverty becoming a normal thing in Vietnam, people are going to start acting a little weird. The proper technique at Da Nang airport. It's actually funny. Like, if you walk around Hanoi, there's a lot of signs telling people not to pee. Like, don't pee on the grass, don't pee on the tree, don't pee in the park. Like, it's so crazy. They have to tell Vietnamese people how to act human. And out here in Cambodia, there's actually quite a few signs around Kampot that I've seen, only written in Vietnamese, telling them like they mostly say don't throw trash everywhere, for one. But I've seen a few say don't spit, don't urinate here. It is only written in Vietnamese, and there's no pictures. It's just Vietnamese writing. It's actually kind of funny. Cambodians have to tell Vietnamese to act human. It's like Cambodia is a third world country. It's not nothing too crazy advanced, right? And they even realize the problem. Yeah, it's just a bunch of LG some pride jokes, I guess. Advice for a couple coming to live in the lots. We're planning to stay in Thailand long term with our DTV visas, but after living in Thailand for a year and visiting Vietnam, living in Da Nang for 3 months earlier this year, we fell in love with Vietnam. What is going on? Like a game fight. Apparently they're having a soccer game. I might have to get out of here soon. The rain stopped. It's sunny. What? I'm gonna go hit that chessboard. There's a bar out here. I bought him a chessboard thing. So now we have like chess tournaments, and I'm really bad at it apparently. I used to be good. I'm good on my phone. Uh, so you spent 3 months in Da Nang. Now you want to move to July, and that kind of brings up this video. A friend of somebody in Patreon sent to me. Just selling sandwiches, loud as fuck. Like, this is the thing. I said this on Patreon today too to the guys messaging this. Da Nang, like no. When you get to Vietnam, a lot of the city, there's so much honking and traffic going on that did my camera just switch? Why is this camera on? But yeah, when you're in the main city area, the traffic kind of like drowns out the karaoke, the yelling, and the street vendors. When you move to a place like Dalat or Phan Thien, anywhere outside of the main like 4 or 5 cities, the traffic isn't really that dominant anymore, right? So all you hear now, you hear the vendors, the karaoke, all this shit. You hear the uncle outside yelling on his phone with the shirt halfway rolled up. All the noise becomes so normal and the traffic doesn't drown it out. This guy, from my understanding, has moved to like 2 or 3 different houses in Dalat over the month, and he can't find peace. Like every time he moves somewhere, it's good for like a day or two, and then it just turns into like shit. I'm ready to lose 300 pounds. That's Europe, right? To escape this Vietnam apartment nightmare. Yeah. Like people that want to move to Vietnam to retire because it's peaceful and shit like that. Hey, dude, come out here for a few months and enjoy, but figure out. But yeah, there's not much to watch on it. You guys can go check out this video. But yeah, it is kind of it's funny to see people like badmouth me, insult me. I don't know a lot, and then they come out here and then they realize, holy shit. Like the lot is no different than some law, Sapa, and in these spots. You're going to be certain, especially in like the lot is a retired government town in the Jekyll and then the strawberry farm, shit like that, right? But most people are just getting drunk and karaoke all day. That's all they do. And poverty is a real thing. When Vietnamese in Dalat become poor, they can't drive down to Saigon and be a taxi driver or something like that. It's too far. So they just start doing street vending stuff like that, which is kind of fun. Which kind of leads to all that shit. Visa runs. Back with local visitors, yeah. Domestic tours, like Sapa is mostly domestic tourism in Koreans. I believe it's Koreans. Lotto is a biggest ride. Lotto sucks. Sean Sim is crap. Yeah. It's just I don't know. Dalat is not like Vietnam is just a hard spot to live if your goal is peace and quiet. Like because it might last for a week or a month and then it kind of goes away. Multiple bad experiences. It's always been this way. I hope people change. They won't because if you say anything bad, you get downvoted. Wait another 500 years. We already have robo taxis in California. Here we go again. In the advantage Thailand, Phuket and Pattaya are like sex shops. Like people that keep trying to compare these two cities in Thailand to the rest of Thailand are not very, they're probably degenerate people, if that's all they know. These are literally sex fat cities. People go there for sex. The capital of ladyboys is Pattaya. Phuket is pretty much behind it. No pun intended, right? They could be pushy, bro. Vietnam is tenfold more pushy with the street vendors. What was the complaints here? We had multiple bad experiences. In a grab car from Da Nang, our driver asked if we could take 5-minute detour to drop something off at his house. Being two girls, we felt unsafe. Yeah, that's weird, actually. Hoi On lantern boats. Several women were trying to charge significantly more than the standard price for the boats. We tried to say no, walk away. They grabbed my arm. Yeah. Again, dude, like, when a country is oppressed financially, it's going to affect the foreigners. Again, imagine living in North Korea with a lot of, like, let's say you make like a $4,000 or $5,000 a month pension, which is way more than enough to live in North Korea. You can live like a fucking king out there for that much money, right? Do you think it's going to be fun? Do you think life is going to be happy for you in North Korea, even though you're rich? No. And Vietnam is becoming the same idea. Not in regards to like dictatorship, but the oppression of how people feel, right? People are starting to get desperate. Vietnamese are getting desperate. And they do this to their own people. Foreigners, they feel like they get away with it more because a foreigner's not going to punch an old lady that's harassed, right? We're just going to be like, dude, fuck up. Leave me alone. Also in Hoi An, we booked a grab to Coconut. Oh, that's a good area. Have you guys seen this place? This is actually a really good area. Hold on. Let me show you. How you guys do about it? Like, I see there's 48 of you in here. How are we doing? El Salvador. We are definitely not going to El Salvador. Dude, I just fucking typed it, you piece of shit. Come on. Hello? I hate everything about this website. Everything about it. It's not really showing a lot of pictures. Yeah, it's a beautiful fucking. I thought it was gonna show the hotel and stuff like that. It's just showing the Mekong stuff. But yeah, it's an awesome spot. I like strongly recommend it. You get to see a lot of the like the riverboat areas and stuff like that. It's not really showing like the hotels around it. Oh, it's a nice little spot though. Definitely recommend it. In a car, the driver informed us that he booked the wrong coconut boat location and it wasn't enough water one we booked. Without our consent, he took us to location change. Significantly, we decided not to. And we were tired of dealing with people hassling us. Again, yeah, that's actually a big issue I've heard about. Da Nang started to have this problem where I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but the local police are starting to like patrol the beach area now. And they're not looking at foreigners, they're looking at the Vietnamese vendors that are like walking on the beach that are harassing people. A lot of the, from my understanding, from what I've been told, is the street vendors are starting to harass customers in bars. And the bar owners are like, get the fuck out of here. Why are you selling our customers food? And I don't know why they allow this in Vietnam. Like you'll be at like a noodle shop and someone will just walk in trying to sell you noodles. Like a street vendor. I don't understand why like Vietnamese allow this. I'd be like, get the fuck out of my store. Why are you selling my customers food? I'm a restaurant. I make money. And then you see a lot of these like restaurants like offering free seats for these street vendors. And I understand they're probably homeless and old. It's just, I don't know, man. But yeah, they're looking out for it. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, in Hanoi, Hoi An, and Da Nang, taxi drivers harassing us at every entrance. I tried kindly to decline. Yeah, they don't leave you alone. I was very disappointed with what I experienced. I don't think I'll be visiting Vietnam anymore. This is why Vietnam's return rate is like 3 or 4%. Because of shit like this. And these are just like, and again, this is just poverty's becoming a real thing in Vietnam, bro. It's unfortunate. This is why like Koreans, Chinese tourists, domestic Vietnamese, they only go to like the main four cities, like Dalat, Halong Bay, Da Nang, and what is that city called? Sapa. So that's why they mostly go there. Because they're regulated. There's not a lot of like harassment. You go to places like Saigon, Hanoi, you're just gonna get fucked with. You go to Hoi An, you're gonna get harassed. Right? You go to the Mekong River, you're gonna get harassed. You'll be on a boat ride and they'll turn around and start harassing you for money in the middle of the river. And it's just like, bro, like it's like if you're at Starbucks, right? You know they want you to tip like 80,000%. Let's say they're making your coffee, they put the ice in there, they put the coffee, and then they get the creamer. And as they're walking by, finishing up your coffee, like, hey, do you want to tip me now? So you haven't finished the coffee. What are you talking about? You know, that's kind of what it's like. It's very weird. I'm gonna head to Cebu in a few days. Cebu's nice, bro. That's like, it's nice. You'll like it there, man. The west side, I hear, the west side is like the better spot. That's where a lot of retirees go to. The west side. The west side. I like it, the west side. Cebu, Philippines. So yeah, if you go over, like this whole area right here is fucking awesome. It's a really nice area to go around. But the entire island's awesome. Like right here is kind of like Manila-y, like it's just got a bunch of, you get on the airport, you cross the way over here, it's just a lot of tourist shit. But yeah, if you get to the other side, it's really nice there, man. Cebu's nice, dude. And then you have the island just south. I forget the name of it. Oh, here it is. This city. This is where a lot of retirees go. Is this city right here? Really good spot too. I've never been here. I hear good things. But yeah, I think the biggest thing you could deal with in Vietnam that you deal with is probably just scams. Do Vietnamese women only go out for photo opportunities? Yep. So do Chinese and South Korean girls. Everything's about photo. It's like they want to get their photo somewhere, but they don't care about the spot. You can drive to like the most beautiful spot in Vietnam, and they'll just take a selfie, then sit down and edit it for 5 hours to put on Instagram. It's like, can we like walk? We look at shit now. So hire a bike there? Yeah, most likely. Talk to the, I don't know, when you get there, you get to your hotel, just tell them, be like, hey, what's there to do on the west side? I hear there's some good spots. And they could probably say, there's tour buses and shit. You can probably just rent a taxi. I don't know, rent a bike. Yeah, do Makete. Yeah, there's a lot of retired people there, man. That's a massive retired town, which is nice. Like, despite what people say, I like areas where there's a good Western influence because it's a nice area. Think about where all the Western people go. Vietnam, Da Nang, right? Beautiful city, right? Thailand, you get to Rayon, south of Pattaya. This is a Western dominated city. It's fucking beautiful, right? You get to what is it called? Malaysia. You get to like Malacca. This is a more European brand per se, but it's a beautiful city, right? You get to Singapore. It is a Western city. It's beautiful, right? Japan. Get away from that chaos of their immigration. It's a beautiful country, right? So yeah, I like it because it does have a lot of Western, but it's still Filipino. It's not like you're going to LA with a bunch of Mexicans. No, it's still Philippines. It's just, it has that Western influence, which leads to more civilized behavior. Places are clean. Like, imagine Da Nang without Western tourists. It would be a shithole, I guarantee you. How do I know this? Vung Tau, when the Australian guys left because of the pandemic, they all, like, and we're talking like thousands of Aussies left. They used to be ran pretty much by the Australian guys. They ran a lot of the bars and shit like that. When they all left, Vung Tau turned into a landfill overnight. And it took like 3 years for them to fix it. And it's still kind of fucked up to this day because they lost that Western. So people can get angry at me all they want. Anytime Vietnam kind of dominates an area, it just turns into a shit. It's very unfortunate. I was going to go, I hear there are, due to weather and private hospitals. Yeah. that city, I don't know how to say it, Demarque or whatever it is. America military has an agreement. I think it's expired already. I don't know if it's still an active thing, but military were able to retire in the Philippines under their pensions very fast. We pretty much got residencies immediately, right? It was an immediate green card for us. And for like, it was something like 15 years. Veterans were just going to the Philippines and they took over that city pretty much. So it's a very well maintained city. And it is in a good climate area. Philippines due to no foreign income tax. Yeah. The visas have changed though. You used to be able to stay in the Philippines for 3 years. You just renew it on like an app. They've changed it where you have to like do interviews after like 5 months with immigration officers and prove why you should still be there on a tourist visa. So, and after I think 6 months, you have to do an exit interview to even leave. So Philippines is cracking down on their. It doesn't affect anybody that's not there longer than like 5 or 6 months. If you're just there for a couple months, who cares? You'll be fine. But anything beyond that, yeah, it's getting weird. Everybody's cracking down, man. Saying this with a bit of humor. Do Vietnamese? I am traveling to Vietnam, so I'm visiting some beautiful places. Everywhere I go, there are Vietnamese women posing for photos, even just randomly walking around the city. Yeah. And they never take pictures of their face. It's always their back or their hands or some dumb shit. Either a group of girls or girls with a husband, boyfriend, or a photographer taking photos, or sitting at a coffee shop with them all taking photos of each other. They get all dressed up and look beautiful and really know how to pose, but been out a few and it's always photos posing wherever we go. I haven't seen this much where I come from. Yeah, this is an Asian thing. It's unfortunate too. Like a lot of times if you marry younger generation Vietnamese, you're just marrying some superficial TikTok brain rot. Like I hate to say it, but no, I don't. I mean, it sounds rude to say it like that, but it's what it is. It's unfortunate. Yeah, actually, see it often because of the places they need. I've learned to avoid places like that. That's the thing, though. You'd be walking through a fucking portal potty and some girl's like taking a picture of the fucking leaf. You know, it's so weird, man. It's why you can't really go to a lot of tourist spots in Vietnam because it just gets bombarded by like photo ops. And if you get in the way, they get angry at you. Yeah, it's want to take hundreds of photos and leave. Yeah, it's just a Vietnam thing. School teachers in Vietnam. Yeah, I'm trying to get you into. They try to get you into the. Me, I don't qualify for it. Like I'm not legally retired. Yeah, I'm not legally retired, so I couldn't. Because I was thinking about in the military, you could just be like commissioned for 20 years and just leave, right? You get your 70% pension. But yeah, I didn't even do that, so I'm a loser. I couldn't hack it. Nah, 8 years was enough. I had a good time, man. My wife told me that high school, the teachers use the class as an advertisement for their private tutoring school. I can't believe this is the case over there. Yeah, this is how teachers sell fake grades, bro. This is actually becoming illegal. They're starting to crack down on this. Like, if you're an English teacher, a Vietnamese English teacher, working in a public school, you can no longer own an English center. They make you choose. But yeah, you pay money for a fake grade. They pretty much, ideally, what the teacher does is they just review the test with you, with the students, over and over and over. And then the day before, they take the test, and then when they go to class, they retake the test. Most English teachers should be teaching. They're going to teach English when they, yeah, that's the thing too. Almost every Vietnamese teacher doesn't know how to speak English. They just teach grammar, which make. But I don't. You guys let me know. How do you teach grammar when you don't even know the language, right? That's like if I sat here today with you guys, sat down. None of you speak Japanese. I'm just going to teach you Japanese grammar. I'm not going to teach you vocab. Just teach you grammar only. You don't speak any Japanese, but just grammar. That doesn't work. But that's literally how Vietnam functions. It's very weird, and they've been doing it for like 2 decades. No, this doesn't really have to do with the pay. It is a big deal for the money, but the parents do it because they want their kids to get high marks. And these kids are dumb. I'm sorry. All they do all day is play on their phones. The parents don't help them with homework. Nobody's accountable. The teachers give them all the answers anyways. Vietnam is so fucked when it comes to education. Like AI is taking over. You got all this like robotics going on, technology is advancing. In Vietnam, still learning to worship their president. That's their education is literally worship. So sucks for them. Like I know places like China do that too, but at least China teaches tech. You know, they have STEM that actually works. Vietnam's STEM program got shut down pretty much like what 2 years ago because I think it was the UK that called it out. Like they started randomly testing students that were getting scholarships to the UK, or maybe it was Canada. But anyways, these Vietnamese kids were failing the tests. But when they took it in Vietnam, they were getting perfect marks, right? It's like Vietnam doesn't understand that the world isn't stupid. Because in Vietnam, you can just like make up shit, pay people money, say you work at the government, and everyone just believes you, right? They think they can pull that card in the West. Like you saw this when To Lam went to America and talked to Trump. And he tried to do like, we are a prosperity country of tradition. And he's like, what do you want? Can you lower our tariffs? No. You keep transshipping Chinese shit. Stop it. But, sir, right? Vietnam's always trying to like do that bullshit. They get people outside to play that card. China does the same thing. Like she tries to do that same card, and it doesn't work. Right. I got my master's seeking more information about becoming a teacher in Vietnam. I'm a Vietnamese. Ooh, it's gonna be tough. A big Q was born and raised in Canada, but also have my mom's side of the family who live in Saigon. Okay, so you can just become a citizen. This is how you become a dual citizen. It's this right here. A Vietnamese citizen that has family in Vietnam. I got my master's in teaching. Oh, okay. This is like if you have a master's degree in certification to teach, you should be getting a international job, international school. Qualified for elementary level, but having a hard time finding a stable job. So I thought potentially Vietnam, English or elementary. Money is not an issue. Yeah, you should be, if you have a master's degree plus you're certified to teach and English as well, dude, this girl can get a pretty good job at any international school. Because you have to have a degree when you teach. This is like a misunderstanding too. When an American, for example, works at an international school in Vietnam, you don't teach English. You teach science, math, literature, something like that, right? You teach what your degree is. You don't, most English teachers in international schools in Vietnam are Filipinos. Fun fact, right? Send your CV to blah, blah, yeah. This would actually be perfect. The Canadian International School, because they're already gonna be like, we need your credentials. Here they are, open. Oh, there comes that rain again. Yeah, like that's all you should be doing in international school. If you have a master's degree or a bachelor's in certificates, I definitely would. Uh, what is life? Dude, there's been a lot of this lately. I call this poverty porn. These Vietnamese are doing these videos where and they do really well, don't get me wrong. But it's all these foreigners. Oh, I feel so bad for you. Like, shut the fuck. This stuff annoys me. But it's cool though. Like Vietnamese are able to do this. But yeah, you see another one right here too. I'm kind of looking at these on the side. But what they do is they show their daily life broke. Like it's just poverty porn, I guess. I don't know, man. Like this isn't true at all. Like this isn't how Vietnamese live at all. Like he should be on his phone with the shirt halfway up, looking at TikTok all day. I'm not trying to be mean. This is like literally how they act. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys have been seeing this. There's just a lot of poverty porn going on at this point. And it's just a bunch of people showing like how to live poor in Vietnam. And it's very weird to me. I don't know. People keep sending me these videos. I don't know what to say. I mean, good on these guys, like this Life of Foo, 1,000 subs. This dude has 1,000 subs. Here's my moment to make fun of people. Hold on. Yo, let's start dump again. Army guy travel. This is that Vietnam guy, right? This guy has 87,000 subs and he barely gets 1,000 views on most of his videos. This guy's got 1,000 subs and ranks off like a bunch of views. Yeah, look at this, 7,000, good on this guy, dude. He's a brand new channel too. 6,000, 7, 4,000, 3,000. Yeah. I'm starting to see a lot of this though. It's just poverty porn. Buy me a coffee, PayPal. Yeah, this is just poverty porn. Japan. Oh, he must have been an immigrant from Japan. There's been a lot of deportations of Vietnamese over the last like year and a half out of Japan because of fake visas, assaults, crime, petty crime, federal crimes. It's actually pretty insane. But yeah, this stuff is just like poverty porn. I don't know. Enjoy it, I guess. This isn't entirely how Vietnamese live. They usually just sit on a hammock on their phone. Like the fact that his house is clean is already a sign that this is not real. The house though is pretty real looking. The fact he's cleaning is not normal. He has an air blade, which is very rare for a Vietnamese person. Those are very expensive bikes. But yeah, I don't know. I find it interesting in the comment section. It's just weird to me. I don't know. It's poverty porn. Like it's just a bunch of these like foreigners writing these 20 fucking line articles of blah. And I don't even think this Vietnamese dude can read English. he's subtitling everything, so I don't know. Good on him though. I mean, he's getting more views than this guy ever fucking can. So this guy's a joke. Speaking of jokes, who else is a what is it? I wonder what people are doing. Oh my god, in the cut. What does that mean? In the cut. Cooking live stream. The guy that eats street food all day? Hey, is he finally taking care of his health, man? Good on him. Seriously, good on him. You know they use chemicals. If a lot of these come from Chinese farms, they use this type of a chemical that they put onto these that soaks into the meat, the white part, and it makes it sweeter than it's supposed to be. I don't recommend eating these in Vietnam or China. Hey, look, it's our guy, Army guy again. What a winner. So he's not eating healthy at all. Okay, that's great. Okay, maybe he is. Okay. Asparagus. He pisses some fun yellow. Yeah, good on him, man. Like, that's one thing I like. I like Will because he's honest, but he's very unhealthy. Like, I really hope he would just get healthy, right? And I see this with that Kevin guy too. Like, these guys have the opportunity to like eat healthier, get healthier in Vietnam. It's so cheap. We got nothing but fucking time. Yeah, see the very first comment. This guy's such a loser. Every time you guys meet this guy or see him, ask him why he has 88,000 subs and he can barely pull off 200 views. This guy tried to talk shit about me. It was funny. You'll never get in Vietnam. He said, dude, I got an exemption card for Vietnam. I don't even get visas. I kind of want to apply for an e-visa though, to see if it would get rejected. Because I've been pretty loud lately and I've been getting phone calls from friends like, dude, they were watching your video in the office too. And when I say the office, we're not talking in fucking ILA. We're talking about banks, ministries, right? So it would be kind of funny to do, but yeah, like myself, I have an exemption card to get into Vietnam. So it was kind of funny when he's like, you can't even get in there. I'm like, bro, you're the one doing visa runs on me. Living like a bum. Yeah. Good old Will, man. I hope he gets healthier, man. Him and Kevin. Because Kevin's got a little health issue too. I'm obsessed with health. You can get mad at me all fucking day calling people out. I love health. Get healthy, right? Every day. Like I cycle an hour every day, Monday through Friday, right? I walk 10 kilometers every day unless it's having a fucking free fall of rain all day. I work out every day. Like I do basic, resistance band shit, and I go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and I do strength training, like Anatomy level shit. So I do a lot of shit. Like, hold on, be minimized. Give me a sec here, actually. Oh no, it logged me out. Hold on. I want to share with you guys. Here. I'm gonna bring you guys over to my side of the world, trying to get you into. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever retire in the Philippines. Yeah, you guys can see me. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so I've been doing this. This is gonna be weird. I'm gonna kind of show this to you, I guess. But I've been doing this. Come on, camera. It's not really doing well. But this is like the Anatomy program. I'm gonna try to share this with you guys. Yeah, you guys know Anatoni, right? The guy that does like he goes to the gym. I'm trying to find a picture of him. Like this guy, he does the he's in the gym and he acts like a janitor or some shit like that. Here, I'll show you guys here in a second. Let me put you all back here. Okay. I had this set up so what how's that? That shit looks so crooked. Ah, down. Yeah, we're back. So let me show you what I'm talking about. But this is something I do. I do his program. You guys can kind of see here. I don't really do the Beal shit, but I do like the exercise stuff. But I started about 2 weeks ago at 84. We're getting down to 75 is the goal. I'm trying to get back down to like 8 to 10% body fat again. I showed you guys. You guys saw that image, right? Why did it close my Explorer? Find it. So I was at a restaurant or a French bar yesterday, and this guy's like, he's not Cambodian. People are like, he's not Cambodian. No, he's a French dude. He fights in Cambodian kickboxing. But we met up, and he saw my ear. Is it this side? Where I got the when you get hit too many times in the head, your ear kind of does this weird thing. I got that. They call it the fighter's ear. And he's like, hey, you used to fight or something? Like, you have the thing. It's one of the ears. And we just started talking. I was like, hey, I used to do Muay Thai in Thailand. I boxed as a kid. I've always been in a fight. I love fighting. When I was in the military, I used to train with the Navy SEALs. What, David? The SEALs? Is this a new lie? No, let me explain. So I was on the John C. Stennis, and we were doing BFCs, what are called big fucking circles, right? Because you just do circles during the whole Afghanistan, right? Afghanistan, 9/11, that fucking war that carried on way too long, right? So we'd be doing BFCs, doing flight ops all day, all this and that, right? So sometimes the Marines or the Navy SEALs will be on command for like, maybe sometimes they were getting on our ship and we were taking them closer to another port because they had a mission or whatever the fuck they're doing, training, I don't know, right? So when they were there, what they would do is they go to the hangar bay area. This is where all the jets are like under the flight deck. And they would just set up like an arena, like a wrestling / boxing arena. And they would just practice, but they'd always allow the sailors and the Marines to join. So I started getting it because I used to for a while. So I was like, so I got into it. I met one of the SEALs there, really nice guy. But he just beat the shit out of me all the time. But he started helping me on my grappling trade. Like, he was really good at grappling. This dude's like MMA level shit, right? But this was something we used to do, so I loved doing it. But I've always liked boxing. Look how big I look, bro. I'm definitely shorter. This guy, I think he was like 6'1" or some shit like that. Oh, I should lie, like I'm Wes Watson. I'm actually 6'1". This guy's 6'4". I'm slouched. Only 5'11". But yeah. Yeah, it was fucking cool. But yeah, I'm just kind of getting into this shit. Let me show you what I'm talking about, though. If we go back to YouTube. But this is why I harp on people about like health. Because it's so important, man. And most people ignore it. Huh? I think I spelled something wrong. Why'd I put gum? Jim. Yeah. Yeah, this guy right here, right? He does all this shit. This guy's funny. But yeah, he just like does this shit. So this is the type of training I do. That's why I'm not like bulkier. But I love doing the shit. Like my bench press is 20, 40, 60, 120, 145. So 145, what is that? Now I'm just talking about myself. 145 kilograms, 2 pounds. So my bench press last week was about 320, right? So, but that's just like, but you look at my chest, you're like, where is it, David? You could have breastfeed a fucking squirrel. But I like this type of shit, man. So that's why I give people shit when they're not like on their health game. Like this is an opportunity for these people. You have nothing but time. Get fucking the work. And I think Travis actually isn't like he looks like he's getting big. So like good on him. Like he's taking advantage of the free time he has getting his shit done. But he also just posts a video like every couple weeks. So not much to look there, right? Speaking of idiots, let's look at this retard. Mr. Shang, how you doing, man? I like Shang. I don't think he knows I have this channel. He knows my other channel, though. Vietnamese talk. Mr. Shang. Holy filters on that girl. Help the needy. Nah. Ninja teacher. That's a wedding. Looks like it. What is all this stuff? 2 months ago. 8 views. What happened, bro? Finally, somebody gets less than an army guy. Ha 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 ha! Eat my butt. Anyways. I got my China visa. Yeah, it's so crazy how bad his content is. Anyways. What else? Who else is there? The name. Because, dude, we got to be getting, like, new people now, right? Doing, like, the same. This guy's still in Da Nang. Does he just do visa runs to walk up and down this road every day? It's crazy. This is why I left America, blah, blah. Here we go, fuck again. This guy seems, I don't know, they started to seem phony. They're doing the same thing Evan's doing, or Evan's copying their videos. Yeah, see, it's like, they literally do kind of the same thing at this point. It's very weird. Oh, black, here we go again, black in Vietnam. Because it's such a hard thing to do. And I had a friend of mine, he watched my live stream a couple days ago, and he saw me going on about that. He said, dude, he's like, dude, I love your victim card section on your live stream. So what are you talking about? I was like, when people do the black in Vietnam videos. If you don't like that, you take it up with my black retired military officer friend, okay? Because he thinks it's hilarious. David, what's he been up to, man? I like David. He's a cool dude, man. He's he gives you the rich side of Vietnam, like what it's like to be not like Will and these other people that are struggling, like this guy and Army is another one to consider useless. Why if travelers are suddenly being banned from entering Vietnam, visa laws? Who's he talking to? This is an old visa, bro. This chick is huge. She's got like a massive gut. This channel is not monetized. I don't give a fuck, okay? You don't know Treadman. I'm kind of curious. We'll check this one out. Hold on. Yeah, we'll check this one out whenever it comes off the shit. I'm not going to pay for people's member stuff because I'm just going to get disappointed. Because I think a lot of these videos, he drops them after a few weeks or something. I don't know. Why men lose? Here we go. This has to be fucking informal. A bunch of Vietnamese women telling men why they're bad. Remember he did that interview with that Russian girl that was trying to give masculine male advice to men on how to act like a man. And she was literally a man-hating liberal chick with more tattoos than I got pimples. It was crazy. This one I'm interested in, though. I wonder if we'll ever put out publicly. There isn't any change. Like, I will tell you firsthand, there's no changes to the visa laws as of right now. This video has already been recorded and edited. So there is no changes yet. There are some starting to come, but things like Decree 59 are not relevant to this. The actual e-visa process, they've updated it. We could actually look at the e-visa website real quick. E-visa, yeah. If we look at this real quick, I can show you, there's been some changes to the website that have been going on over the last like 4 months that are making it a little harder for people. They're also linking this website to the Vitel AI system. So eventually they're gonna give more power to the e-visa, because as of right now, the e-visa isn't an approval, it's just a clearance, meaning like you're safe to go to Vietnam, you're not a threat to the country, right? But they're gonna start giving it more authority to eject people, meaning like visa runs potentially questionable actions, I don't know, whatever it might be. Is this website broken now? E-visa. They changed the website? There it is. So yeah, if we go in here real quick, yeah, eat my butt. I confirm to be useless. So something that's changed is down here. Family. Hold on. This is all optional. Where'd it go? Oh, have you been to Vietnam the last year? Yes. You now have to fill this out. I've heard people on Facebook and Reddit say if you do a visa run every like 30, 40 days, it makes it easier to not get rejected to Vietnam. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Please, for the love of God, do not take that advice. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have to fill out like 10 or 11 forms, because you're going to have to keep fucking adding them for every time you did a visa run in Vietnam. And when you push this e-visa through, and they're like, why does this guy got 11 fucking e-visas trying to get a 12th right now? And it hasn't even been a year. They're going to stop you and be like, what do you do? So they might not reject you, but it's going to be a question. Also, if you're doing back-to-back, like if you, let's say January to March, right? And then your next one is April to June, right? And then it's July to September, or whatever the fuck, right? And you're applying for a fourth one, and they see all three of these were back-to-back, like these are back-to-back dates, even if it's a week or two apart, you could leave Vietnam for 2 or 3 weeks and then come back. It's still going to be in the year. Like, I swear, people think the government is retarded. Do I agree with the Vietnamese government on everything? No. No, I don't. Do I think they're doing the best job? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But do I think they're stupid? No. No. You want to see a stupid government, look at Biden. Like, the government of Vietnam knows what they're fucking doing. And this is a lot of what they're doing. They're also restricting the SIM card setups. They're going to start cutting that shit down, right? All this stuff is going on. So when you do your e-visa, you are required to fill all these forms out. No, I don't want to do this. So you're going to have to do these three. I want to make this look realistic. Hold on. Give me a second here. I got out of control. Don't do the 1 month visa runs. That's low IQ. So realistically, this is Will Travis, Army guy, all these people doing this visa run, like just like they upload their stuff, they put in their name like I want to say that. Army rejected me, right? Whatever your stuff is, nationality, China, right? Whatever you got. Then you're going to get down here and you're going to have to fill these out. When they run because the e-visa is automated for the most part. I've seen the systems that run this in the back. It's automated. Again, the e-visa is not a guarantee that you can get approved for this and still get rejected at the border. How do you think people get rejected at the border? When you hear people get rejected, a lot of the time they're talking about this. They're not talking about the border. This is where people need to be very clear on. If you get rejected by this, it's usually because you put in your wrong, the passport number doesn't match the image of the passport, stuff like that, right? This is fine. You never go to the border without having this form accepted, right? So when you hear somebody saying they got their e-visa rejected, they're talking about this. No big deal. Less than 1%, I'm making this number up, but less than 1% probably get this rejected because of any other reason. It's almost always rejected because of the information is not correct, or it's not matching up with the passport. Maybe this is your passport number, and it's 12345, right? And you put 1234, and then you didn't put the 5, right? It'll get rejected. They'll be like, hey, you need to update your ID card. Okay, update it, resubmit it. Right? You don't got to pay again. It's just resubmit it. Right? But yeah, the idea that you have to do this 3 times, and you're about to do your 4th in 1 year. I don't agree with the government on a lot of stuff, guys. I'm being serious. I don't agree sometimes. But they're not stupid. And they are cracking down on these YouTubers and these people that are trying to like live cheap, right? Like, and that's the thing too, is like you look at Will Travel, Army Guy, all these people. What are most of their videos about? How to be cheap. Why doesn't Army Guy or Will go back to America and talk about how to be cheap, right? Because they can't afford it. Like they are stuck in Asia, right? These are, I don't know what you call them, but the idea, these are the people the government's trying to regulate. They don't, and it's not just Americans, Canadians, it's a lot of Russians, it's a lot of Europeans, actually, a lot of French people do this, where they just pretty much hide out in hostels for 90 days and they do a visa run and go back to the hostel. They just sit there and smoke all they do, smoke me noodles, right? I've seen it firsthand, it's kind of weird. He's messaging me. Ooh. 4-bedroom house for rent, outdoor pool, pre-furnished, 1-month deposit, parking a lot for up to 6 cars. Holy shit. How much is this? $535 a month for a 6-bedroom house with an outdoor pool furnished that could park 6 cars. Bruh, Cambodia, I like Cambodia. I got invited. I met some local police, really nice people, and they've invited me to a bunch of like. This is a Cambodian like real estate chat on Telegram. Like it's all in Cambodia. I'm just looking at the numbers. I can recognize some. I've had to learn how to read some Cambodian characters like rent, sell, buy, no, right, stuff like that. That's interesting, man. But yeah, point case being, they are cracking down. That's something to be aware of. We've already seen you, Anatoni. I don't think it is. Is it? Is it? Because they, oh, you know what? Because they merged the provinces. That's probably why, huh? Because Da Nang is pretty large, but it's not that large. But since the merge, technically is like double in size. Okay. So Saigon is massive now, or like Saigon is considered like a province. And most Vietnamese that live in Da Nang are they work. It's hospitality work. Yeah, it hasn't been up to much at all. Yeah, this will be an interesting video though. But yeah, there's no real changes to the visa shit going on, like at all. Yeah, like this dude is just like ragged on this fucking article. But yeah, if you guys got access to this, you know what my Patreon is. Send me a copy of the video. But yeah, that this would be interesting to look at. This guy's kind of weird, honestly. I don't know. And it's just all the same people too. I don't know, man. I sound like a negative person, I guess. I don't know. I just find these people weird. Uh, that's why you should have Plan B. I agree. Boom, boom. These are old. This guy's sucked. These are old videos, okay? 3 weeks, yeah. And last one. What's the last thing we type in here? Vietnam. Yeah, see, it's like Han life. This is another one of those poverty porn ones. Look at 138,000 views. This guy gets a lot of views too. It's a lot of poverty porn though. And it's all AI voice. Like they don't even speak English. But yeah, when you read the comments, yeah, see, this guy's getting paid. Good on him, man. Good on, like, seriously, good on this. I'm not even hating, dude. This, like, poverty porn shit these Vietnamese are doing, good on them. If they get a bunch of these foreigners to give them money, good on them. Yeah, look, he's getting like $25. They tipped the guy like 650, 700,000 K, right? Good on him. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, it's just weird though. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about it. It is just a trend happening. A lot of Vietnamese are using their phones and just recording their life. And it's a lot of pity searching, like how hard their life is, which it is. I'm not saying it's not, but it's an interesting thing going on. I know a friend of mine told me this is going on in Korea. It's going on in China right now too. So maybe it's just a trend they're following. That's crazy. Yeah, see, here's another one. Yeah, Life of Foo. Um, yeah, there's not a lot going on. I wonder if anybody's talking shit about me. You ever search yourself? Who's this guy? He's not as handsome as the real David Rock. Live, baby. Oh, that's my old banner. The good guy, lady. You guys hear that? The thunder hours getting nuts, bro. Um, Endless travels. This guy's cool, man. I like this guy. He kind of does like redundant videos, but he's a good dude. Left home at 15. You do that for? Dude, I got lucky to get Endless Travel as like a name, huh? There's so many accounts. Because I own the name Endless Travels. Like, this is my at. There's so many channels called it. Hey, check out my new video, guys.
Come on in.
Gotta give that a thumbs up. What a great video, man. I know Tony going to show up soon. He loves this stuff. What's up, Tony? Oh, yeah, man. I've been in Vegas, small. Damn! 500 square. What is that, like 20 meters square-ish? 1,200 a month, 4,000. Damn, bro. No, I did this search like a month ago. There's like 5 videos about me. Like people were just like, I think it was like 3 of them were just insults to me. And one of them was like a podcast. They were reviewing what I said about life in Cambodia or something like that. It was actually a really good video. But who is this guy? Who is this guy all over my channel? It's crazy shit though. So I think we got everything, man. I feel pretty good. I feel good. How you guys doing? We've seen it all. We've touched it all. Is my camera still on? Yo, the camera's last. I think I fixed the camera because it used to not charge. So I think I'm gonna get out of here, guys. There's a thunderstorm apparently. It's been like cracking all day. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something. Check out the Endless Travel channel though. There's a new video up. Yeah, right here. Tiny homes. Check it out, Tiny Homes. Members. Oh, I gotta get all this shit up for you guys. So if you are my members group, I'm still fucking with this stuff. There's a lot. I have like 2,000 videos to figure out. So I'm trying to get this stuff in there for you. So if you guys are in the members group, you still get access to all those old travel videos. I didn't delete them at all, but that's what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna get out, man. If you guys are on Patreon, I always post everything in there. It's all ad-free and stuff like that. And the next couple days, I'm going to start putting in the ebooks that I've written, that survival guide that I have. Where is that fucking thing at? Yeah, here's the Patreon. Merch. Let's check out the merch. Yeah, so I'm gonna get this set up here for you guys. I just gotta get it over there. And then where to go, where to go. That's just my picture. And then check out David Rock Online if you want to hang out. It's just a bunch of us. I think there's like 20 of us in there. We just kind of bullshit. And I got it's like 3 levels. And then I have a public chat, so you don't have to be like a paid member. As long as you're getting information out of it that works, I'm happy. I'm happy. So he's messaging me. So with that being said, guys, I am actually going to get the fuck out of here. Look at that camera. All kinds of goodness. So, Tony, it's nice seeing you, my friend. I hope you have a good rest of your, oh, it's like the week you're in Australia. Have a good weekend, actually, because it's different there, right? And I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys whenever I do this again. Hey, how?
Oh, show me up, wake me up, don't wake me up. Southeast Asia's got my soul in a rush. From the jungles to the streets, I'm alive in the scene. Let me stay in this moment, living my dream. I'm rolling through Bangkok, lights flash in the night. Tuk-tuks and markets, yeah, it's feeling so right. Got my pack on my back, Chiang Mai's calling my name. Lanterns in the sky, yo, I'm caught in the flame. Bali's rice terraces, green as far as I see. Ubud's monkey forest, got my spirit running free. Sipping Bia Hoy and